At first, it was a drink to relax, celebrate, and forget, until alcohol became a necessity rather than a choice. Addictions start like that, not with a bang, but with a whisper. A gradual transition from occasional use to dependence, and booze, because of its legally acceptance and socially acceptance, and even like celebrating, it is one of the most misleading substances. However, there is a worldwide tragedy behind that class. I want you guys to understand about why I want to talk about numbers. So, the third most common preventable cause of death worldwide is alcohol addiction. It is connected to more than 200 illnesses, and only 7% of the almost 15 million people who suffer from alcohol consumption disorder in the United States alone receive treatment. Only 7% of people. That is whopping numbers. Why are people that are addicted so against the reality? It's more of disgust, denial, and fear. We increase the content and dismiss the struggles. We disregard the warning signs and dismiss it as just a drink until it destroys lives, families, and futures. So, what are the effects? Alcohol takes over the brain. It damages the very system that manages stress, judgment, and impulse control, while also causing the release of dopamine, which is the feel-good hormone. The brain gradually starts to think that alcohol is necessary for survival. It goes beyond the bad habits. The brain has been rewired and it's trapped in a destructive loop. Alcoholism is a difficult and emotional draining condition. You will go through significant mental and physical changes, which might occasionally make you feel stressed or even anxious. Social factors related to rehabilitation may also be impacted if you have both drinking and an associated anxiety disorder. Treatment for addiction might be costly, but the price of not seeking assistance is far worse. Addiction is actually an illness that affects every aspect of your life, including your relationships and job. The symptoms get worse the longer you wait. One of the most challenging yet important things you may perform is to assist someone who is addicted to alcohol. It calls for patience, empathy, and the appropriate kind of assistance. I will talk about a guide of how you can help. First, educate yourself. Read up on alcohol addiction before you contact them. Recognize that it's a chronic brain illness rather than a moral failing. Find out about triggers, relapse, withdrawal symptoms, and available treatments. Some of the resources that I have used that you can read up on also are SAMHSA, Al-Anon for like Alcohol Anonymous, and the National Institution on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. Next, you can take a compassionate, not a judgmental approach. It's an important conversation. To make the conversation nice, you can select a quiet, secluded moment. Make use of I statements such as I'm really worried about you and I've noticed you've been drinking more lately. Saying I love you and I want you to be okay shows that you care. Don't shame or accuse them. Saying something like you're ruining your life or just stop drinking, these can be taken the wrong way and may make it worse. Pay attention before you speak. Addicts frequently feel defensive or humiliated. Listen without interjecting or correcting them if they open up. You could say, I appreciate you telling me that. That sounds incredibly difficult. How may I help you? See the difference? The call to action. The recovery is real. Individuals do change. The brain can recover with support, community, and therapy. The body is capable of healing. The soul is capable of healing. Alcoholics Anonymous rehabilitation facilities and harm reduction programs are effective. However, we must ensure widespread access. Addiction must be treated with compassion rather than punishment. I'm asking you to speak up if you suffer from alcoholism, love someone who does, or just want to contribute to the cure. Put an end to the quiet. Empathy should be used in place of judgment. Improve the questions you ask. Listen without making any corrections. Help without embarrassment. I don't stand here with all the answers. Alcoholism is a real condition. It's lethal, however, it can be treated. And nobody should be forced to face alone. This decision needs to come out of the shadows. Let's keep people alive. Thank you.